I'm a former FEMA coordinator. Obviously, I can't say who I am. I still have people I care about and people I need to protect. And we'll say I was located somewhere near where Central Time Zone meets Mountain. Before the actual fall, back when we all thought this was something that could be managed and that we could trust the government, my team and I were placed in a somewhat well-populated city. We weren't the only ones out there. No one knew what to expect or what to prepare for. So we were placed with a military outpost and a team of pathologists from the CDC. There were several of these kinds of setups all across the country. The main goal, I think, was for the doctors to try and find out what the hell the Zeds actually were, and if there was any possible biological differences regarding geography. The military was there for protection, mostly for the doctors, and we were there mostly to keep the public calm, even if they said otherwise. What we did was work with the locals to make sure they had all the necessary supplies, while the military and local law enforcement exterminated the infected and any herds that had built up in the area. We did our job for about 3 weeks. After that, everything went to hell. You see, by then the military were making a list of who was bitten and were quarantining them. And we all know what happens when the military makes a list. So people would hide their friends and family, keep them hidden. Damn stubborn people. We told them what would happen, time and time again. I guess they figured they would deal with it when the time came. Just so they could have more time. I guess I can't fault for them for that. So after 3 weeks, more and more Zeds kept popping up. I don't think people could handle killing someone they once loved, so they ended up putting them outside somehow. So no matter what happened, there was still some of them everywhere. And that number began increasing rather quickly. Our HQ was starting to become compromised. The military had orders to get the doctors and their research out before it was too dangerous. That's when they showed up. Not the dead, the living. Like I said, there were swarms everywhere. People were scared, and somehow it got out that the military were leaving. Or maybe they could tell because of how many evac helicopters were there. I don't know. The people weren't happy about being abandoned. So they came. So many of them. The soldiers kept yelling at them to leave, but they wouldn't budge. The soldiers were loading up everything, and the people started running into the camp. Some of them got inside and tried to get on the helicopters and the trucks. The soldiers were pulling them off, and that's when the gunfire started. One soldier shot a man climbing on a truck. I watched his body fall to the ground. At first they were just shooting at the people inside the camp. Then the general picked up his radio. I was in the tent right next to him. I saw this look in his eyes, almost like he was a Zed himself. He screamed in his radio to kill any civilian outside. My guess was security. No one could talk about a few soldiers picking out civilians, if there weren't any civilians to tell. They killed every single person that had come for salvation. There was even children out there. I won't ever be able to get that out of my head. After that, they led us to the second helicopter out of there, to a place I still don't even know the location of. They called it debriefing and evaluation. It was more like interrogation. They made us stick to a story they concocted and signed something that said if we ever said otherwise, we would be enemies of the state. Well, it's no state I want to be in. I can't really tell you the details, but they claimed it was the Zeds that attacked. And that's what caused the hasty departure. I mean, that's what happened with dozens of operations across the country. Why would people think any different of this place? I don't know how they covered up the bodies. I was gone before that, and I certainly wasn't on the list of people who can know. After that, they let me go from that place. They took me back home. Of course, that didn't last long either. But that's a story for a different time.